Hello students, welcome to Sort of Sales classes. In this video, I will be solving the following question from ISS 2017 paper 4. Now here we have to define crude and specific death rates, and then we have to explain the purpose of standardizing death rates. Now first one, crude death rate. Crude death rate. Now it is an estimate of the rate of death, or the rate at which the members of a population die during a specified period. So it is an estimate of the rate at which members of a population die during a specified period. During a specified period. So it is generally expressed as the number of deaths during a specified period. Number of deaths during a specified period divided by the number of persons at risk of dying during that period. Number of persons at risk of dying during the period. Thus into 10 raised to the power n. Now here this 10 raised to the power n, it means that this ratio, it can be multiplied with 10 raised to the power n, where n is an integer, so as to bring this amount or bring this rate to a whole number. So multiplier to bring this rate at whole number. The denominator, that is the number of persons at risk of dying during the period, it is usually the size of population at the middle of the period. So it is usually the size of the population, at the middle of the period. Next is specific death rate. Now specific death rate now, in contrast to the crude death rate, a specific death rate refers to a particular segment of population. That is, it refers to a particular segment of population. So the specific death rate, it focuses its attention on a more homogeneous group within the total population. So it focuses on a more homogeneous group within the total population. and it is expressed on the basis of any characteristics of the population such as age, sex, race, marital status, etc. So they are expressed on the basis of any characteristic of population like age, sex, then race, then marital status, etc. So the specific death rate, just like crude death rate, it is also a death rate, but unlike the crude death rate, it refers to a particular segment of population, that is, it focuses on a more homogeneous group within the total population and is expressed on the basis of any characteristics of the population such as age, sex, race, marital status, etc. Next is standardized death rate, that is abbreviated as SDR. Now it is the death rate of a population adjusted to a standard age distribution. So it is the death rate of a population adjusted to a standard age distribution, So it is calculated as a weighted average of the age specific death rates. So it is calculated as weighted average of the age specific death rates of a given population. Now, the reason of this standardization is that, the reason these death rates are standardized is that it improves the comparability over time and between countries. So it improves the comparability over time and between countries. That is, that these measurements, they are independent of the age structure of the population in different times and countries. That is, this death rate, that is SDR is independent of the age structure of the population in different times and country in different times and countries. So the standardized death rate here, the death rate of the population, it is being adjusted to the standard age distribution. So the standardized death rate, it is a weighted average of the age-specific death rate of a given population, and the advantage of the standardized death rate, or the purpose of the standardized death rate, it is to improve the comparability of death rates over time and between countries. and it is because SDR, or the standardized death rate, it is independent of the age structure of the population in different times and countries. So since SDR, it is independent of the age structure of the population in different times and countries, therefore it improves the comparability over time and between countries.